It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are? Right now on Fox 5 News at 10.
Get ready for the Thanksgiving rush. What you can do to make the screening process easier, and the 3 numbers you'll want to keep in mind if you're packing tonight.
Also, a new weapon for the NYPD.
It's a little strange.
The cops come a lot quicker.
How this high-tech lookout will help crack down on crime, and why it's just been moved into Midtown.
But first, a deadly wreck on the West Side Highway. What happened and the mess it created for people trying to get home. And now the bedside visit by police that ended with a person in the hospital in handcuffs. Good evening, I'm Rosanna Scotto.
I'm Ernie Anastas. Here's what's happening. A car hits a high speed and slams into a Jeep.
The highway wreck killing 1 person. The story is first at 10, and Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is on it right now from Morningside Heights. Linda, what do you have for us?
That's right. Good evening there, guys. Well, first of all, police are telling us tonight this is all about drunk driving, and the guy that they've charged is being treated right now at the hospital behind me, St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital, for a non-life-threatening injury. But they're telling us tonight his victim, she wasn't as lucky. By looking at these 2 vehicles, it is a miracle that anyone got out of this alive. The horrible crash happened about 4 o'clock on the southbound lanes of the West Side Highway at 92nd Street. It shut down the highway below 92nd for hours, and it brought the northbound traffic to a grinding halt. How long have you been sitting in traffic?
2 hours.
I can't get to work. You know, this traffic is crazy.
Been sitting here for about an hour. It's all backed up. It's great.
We saw all the helicopters in the air and we said, why are they all just sitting around there? And then we realized.
Now, police say a 31-year-old man driving this car was drunk, and he may have been speeding when he hit a Jeep Cherokee being driven by a 57-year-old man. That man is in serious condition. Police say in the car with the drunk driver were 2 passengers, a man who was in serious condition and a 41-year-old woman who was in the back seat who was killed. And police are also telling us tonight the drunk driver has also been charged with vehicular manslaughter. We're live for you tonight in Morningside Heights. I'm Linda Schmidt, Fox 5 News.
Live from St. Luke's, where the suspect is being treated. Coran?
Good evening, Brenda. We're told at this hour that the driver who caused this horrific crash will likely be charged with DWI and vehicular manslaughter charges. And right now, at this hour, the name of the woman who died in his car, the passenger, her name not released till her family can be notified. Smack in the middle of tonight's evening rush, police say this 4-door sedan slammed into this Jeep. The impact so great. Both now mangled vehicles flipping over, landing on their sides here on the West Side Highway near 92nd Street. The 31-year-old driver of the car brought here to St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital, escaping serious injury. However, a 41-year-old female passenger in his car died in the fiery crash, and a male passenger in his car lost a leg. The driver of this Jeep, rescued, pulled out of his vehicle by a caring passerby.
I can't get to work. You know, this traffic is crazy.
The deadly crash snarling rush hour traffic for hours after the West Side Highway was shut down for a time. The southbound lanes closed for hours, making it a traffic nightmare for commuters.
Been sitting here for about an hour. It's all backed up. It's great.
We saw all the helicopters in the air and we said, why are they all just sitting around there? And then we realized we had to get off. We said, oh, they must have had to close the roads.
At this hour, all lanes of the West Side Highway reopened. We are live at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital. Koran Mahalik, My 9 News.
Charged with vehicular manslaughter tonight in the drunk driving death of his passenger. She died right here this afternoon in a rush hour wreck that horrified everyone who saw it. A view of the Hudson just steps from a scene of death tonight. Crash investigators worked around the 2 shattered vehicles in the southbound lanes of the Henry Hudson Parkway most of the evening as northbound traffic crept by. This is where reckless speed apparently cost a woman her life and sent 3 other people to the hospital at 4 o'clock, the very start of the rush hour. Witnesses told police the first driver was moving very fast, bobbing and weaving in traffic, went up on the median over there and took that light post out at the base. The pole went down, the speeding sedan then spun back onto the highway, knocking an SUV off its wheels. It burst into flames, and the car came to rest on its side on the shoulder closest to the river. A woman passenger dead at the scene, the driver, apparently drunk, taken to St. Luke's and arrested there. 2 other people were also taken to Cornell Medical Center. The police collecting evidence for what is now a homicide. The dead woman is identified as 41-year-old Nilta Pringle of Brooklyn, and she was a passenger in the back seat of that sedan. The driver, Michael Rush of Harlem, is charged with causing her death. He was apparently drunk. Another passenger in that vehicle survived, as did the 57-year-old driver of the SUV. Now, we've learned that a passing correction officer who was off duty on his way home stopped and got him out of that vehicle, cut his seatbelt moments before that vehicle burst into flames. We're live tonight on the Henry Hudson Parkway. Lou Young, CBS 2 News.
All right.
Still ahead, a true lifesaver.
I'm not a hero. I'm not a special person. I am one out of many that tried to help this man.
And you're going to meet him. He smelled gasoline, then jumped into action. Hear how that man saved a driver from yesterday's fiery West Side Highway crash. Accused of sparking yesterday's deadly accident on the West Side Highway, investigators say more people may have died, if not for the quick action of one man. CBS 2's John Slattery has the story.
This is the wreck that Ralph Smith not only witnessed, but he felt a duty to stop and help.
I'm not a hero. I'm not a special person. I am one out of many that tried to help this man.
He helped the driver of a Ford Explorer that collided with a light-colored Ford Taurus southbound on the West Side Highway near 92nd Street. Who was at fault? Police say it was the driver of the Taurus who crossed in front of the Explorer and the two collided.
This car went about 20 to 30 feet up in the air.
The Taurus then hit a light pole and crashed to the ground, killing a woman passenger. Ralph Smith, a corrections officer heading northbound, stopped and ran to the Explorer, where a 57-year-old man was at the wheel. He and others tried to break the windows of the SUV.
As this is all going on, I'm smelling gasoline. I'm seeing liquids come out of this car. And I'm saying to myself, people, we got to move fast. We got to move fast. We got to move fast.
Once the rear hatch was opened, Smith crawled in, cut the seatbelt of the driver, who had a broken leg and broken pelvis, and pulled him out with the help of others.
In the middle of me saying we got to move him further back, this vehicle caught on fire and became engulfed in flames.
In the Taurus, one passenger was hurt and one was killed, 41-year-old Nilta Pringle of Brooklyn. The driver, 31-year-old Michael Rush of Harlem, whom authorities say was drunk, suffered a leg injury. John Slattery, CBS 2 News.
And that driver of the Taurus was charged with DWI. Other charges are pending. And I know that Mr. Smith said, no, I'm not a hero, but he made all of those
Going
very
into
quick
that vehicle?
decisions. And thank goodness that he did.
Absolutely.
Highway is speaking out tonight. Ralph Smith is one of several people who jumped into action when a Ford Taurus collided with an Explorer during rush hour traffic yesterday. The SUV burst into flames near 83rd Street.
As this is all going on, I'm smelling gasoline. I'm seeing liquids come out of this car. And I'm saying to myself, people, we got to move fast. We got to move fast.
And they did. Smith says he does not consider himself a hero. A woman in the other car was killed. The driver of the Taurus is charged tonight with DWI.
The steps of a good man are ordered by God. This is Ralph E. Smith, reporter and publisher of GuardianChronicle.com. So thankful to you, my listeners, my brothers and sisters around the world, that we are alive. November 21st, 2006, God's grace and mercy was on my life, the life of the police officers and emergency responders on the West Side Highway in New York City. When we pulled out the driver of a car, an SUV, seconds before the vehicle blew up into a big ball of fire covering the West Side Highway. God's grace and mercy is still on me and you, my viewers. Why? Because we are alive today through this global pandemic. Jeremiah 29, chapter 11 to 13 says it very well. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for welfare, not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Then you will call upon me and come and pray to me, and I will hear you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Brothers and sisters, Jeremiah 29:11-13 is truly a roadmap to reverse this current world evil and self-destruction. There is only one race of humans, and we are all God's people who have red blood flowing through our veins, and we were designed in magnificent colors, shapes by God. God, the creator of the universe. Pick a spiritual God. They're all good spiritual books in the world, and here are a few. The Quran, the Torah, and Bible are basic instructions before leaving Earth and transitioning into the Creator's world of amazing grace, blessings, and joy. Honor God, the Creator, by the way you live your life. Peace and prosperity, good health and blessings to you and your family. From Ralph E. Smith, reporter and publisher of GuardianChronicle.com. God bless you and your family in the year 2023 and beyond.